Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with another timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be Message from a Goddess. So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which pile has a message for you. We have pile number 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so. But for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi group 1. So for those of you drawn to Mother Mary, we have miracles here as well. As soon as I sat down to do this reading, I kept hearing, I think it's the song by Michael Jackson, where it's like, you are not alone, I am here with you. Although we're miles apart, I'm always in your heart. I think they're the lyrics, but you may want to check out the lyrics to that song because, and I don't listen to Michael Jackson, so it's kind of strange that that song's coming in. And we also have companionship as well. So it's making me feel this energy. There's things are coming in for you. And I feel as well with You Are Not Alone, I'm getting this sense of Mother Mary really nurturing and guiding you and looking over you, especially for those of you who are going through a difficult time, a difficult process, especially emotionally. That could be like a sense of loneliness or feeling a little left out is what I'm hearing, forgotten by the universe even, or feeling as though, are things coming in for me? Am I going to receive, love, abundance, the things that your soul, heart and soul are yearning for, connection, companionship? And the answer is yes, but it's going to come in miraculous ways. It is going to be divinely guided, but I feel like you may not fully see it coming, or the manner in which it comes to you is unexpected. But I feel like with this group, Mother Mary is wanting you to, number one, there is a message of patience, that not to lose hope because things are going to change. Your miracles are coming, but there's some sort of process that this group goes through first before it comes in. I do feel there's a little bit of healing. I do feel like there's some realizations or perhaps like a knowing that develops. There's some sort of clarity that comes in as well. I just keep hearing, don't give up, don't lose hope. Yeah, with 3 of Cups and 9 of Wands, I especially feel, and companionship, there's this energy of, for those of you that have really struggled with relationship or really struggled to attract in people and situations that serve you on those deeper levels, it's like it is going to come in. It's like the battle is over, but I feel for this group, it's like you're in that healing, resting period before what you want comes in or before the new cycle starts. Because with the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Swords, I feel like for some of you, you've been through a lot of knocks or setbacks. But Mother Mary keeps making me feel like it's with people. For some of you, it could be like work or career as well, but I just feel there's some sort of disappointment around love, connection, or how you've been treated, how people have shown up for you or not shown up for you. That's the energy I'm getting. Now, the other energy I'm getting is like a divine feminine energy. Whenever I think of Mother Mary, I think of nurturing, but I feel like you're nurturing yourself. It's like she's coming in wanting you to have that compassion and love and be tender with yourself. And that's what makes me feel for some of you, there's some sort of release that's happening emotionally. I feel like with 9 of Wands, 5 of Wands, it's like you're laying the wands to rest. You're laying the burdens down. Any past pain, negativity, toxicity, it's like you've learned what you needed to. You gained what you could from those lessons, but it's time to lay them to rest. It can't come with you in this new cycle, this new phase. And I'm also hearing, don't resist anything. I think for some of you, some of these emotions I'm feeling for this group, they may be a little heavy. They may be very intense. It may not always be a comfortable process, this rebirth, but there's this really strong guidance to allow it to happen. Don't hold on too tight. Don't limit yourself as well. I just get this sense of, they're showing me, it's like the flow, just the river or the ocean just moving. So you're really learning how to master the emotional body in the sense of how to transmute old pain, old emotions, and old storylines tied to, I'm always alone, I'm always rejected, people don't understand me, there's not going to be love for me in this life. There's love, there's community, but these narratives, this past experiences, this past pain has to be laid to rest and has to be released in order for it to come in. The Ace of Swords and Magician, you've faced a lot of trials, but it taught you how to speak up for yourself. There's something around the throat chakra that had to be activated or had to be embodied. And part of the reason that you attracted certain situations, experiences, trials and challenges was so that you would have that capacity to really speak up and share your voice. Mother Mary also wants you to be in this vibration. We have gratitude, but I feel it could be gratitude in terms of focusing on what you have. Don't focus on who or what's not around you, but focus on what is there. But it's gratitude for the journey is what I'm hearing. I keep looking at like a lotus. It's a recognition that without these experiences, without these people, no matter how painful, how difficult, how frustrating, how limiting it felt at that point in time, you would not have had the ability or capacity to become who you are now, what you can embody now. Like understanding that certain people, situations, they were your stepping stones, they were catalysts. So it's almost as though Mother Mary wants you to look back and really experience that gratitude for all that you've become because of that. And we have, fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. Again, Source is always with you. Mother Mary is watching over you, protecting you. I feel for this group, you've got a really strong spirit team. Like I'm feeling like up to 3 or 4 guides. So even if at times you may feel alone or lonely or struggle with some of these energies, there's this message that, you know, you aren't, although it may feel that way, although you may think that you're alone or think that things aren't working out, there's a lot of resources that are there for you. There is tremendous spiritual support. I keep hearing the struggle is over for this group because for some of you, again, life has been challenging or there could have been tests from more than one area. I am getting with this combination that a gratitude list may very much be valuable for those of you who specifically are struggling with abundance, with finances and feeling that abundance and tapping into it. Because I do get the energy for some of you, you may be in that grieving or deeply emotional space where you're feeling a sense of lack in the sense of, you know, why haven't people been there for me or why haven't things transpired the way I deserved or the way I hoped. So I do feel for some of you, there may really be this need of, how would I say, like digging a little bit deeper. Digging a bit deeper in terms of, because Spirit is saying that it's almost like you have been blessed and you're very abundant, but you've been abundant in growth, in alchemy, in transformation. And what you're going to see, and this alchemy, this transformation, these challenges and setbacks lead to abundance in this next cycle. So you will be receiving, but there's a need to trust. Now's not a time for action for this group. Now's a time to go within and heal, to be with the emotions, to be with Source, with Mother Mary, with your guides. You were born to align with love's will, follow the Tao, and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. You're learning how to embody this new consciousness, embody the lessons that you've learned, but embody the divine feminine. This group, you're so, so divine. That's the message I keep hearing. The frequency of, and we're all divine, but I feel for this group, you're really tapping into that energy. And as you tap into it, again, I keep hearing miracles. This next cycle, where you're heading is so beautiful, but right now for some of you, you're in the thick of it. It's not yet time, but it's coming. Okay, so we have the frequency of divine feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. For some of you, you haven't been nurtured well. You haven't either received a lot of nurturing. For some of you, there's a wound to the divine feminine. It could have been a mother wound or some sort of feminine figure where this has happened. But it's like you're healing that. And as you show, I keep hearing nurture yourself, nurture yourself. As you nurture yourself, you're going to be embodying that energy toward others, and I feel like it's going to be very healing. You also have 555, because we had 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords, and now we have 14-5. Again, you're headed towards huge change. I'm also seeing 333. We have 21, 3, 3 of Cups, and 3 for the solar plexus. So again, you may see repeating numbers. You may be seeing those numbers in particular. But again, there was something that had to happen around the throat chakra, your ability to speak your truth with love, to assert yourself with love, to have boundaries, to demonstrate self-love by speaking up. The frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. You're learning a lot and you're mastering, number one, heart-centered living. How to live and flow from the divine feminine, from divine love. From that place, you attract tremendous abundance. You also attract beautiful connections, but you don't chase any of this. All of this is flowing in for you. It's not something you have to go out and seek. I want to read this card too, companionship. When you fully bless and embrace your aloneness, you're ready for the ones who are meant to be with you. May I welcome this solitude, knowing it will open the way for all healthy relationships. So again, for this group, it's learning to see your solitude, your aloneness, even past rejections or past if you felt misunderstood, ostracized. It's learning to see the blessing in that and the growth that's afforded you. And it's going to be like night and day, the connections that come in for you versus what you've had. For those of you where you are desiring a companion, a love connection, I see that for you as well. We have solar plexus. There needed to be a strengthening of the throat chakra and the solar plexus. And when I think of solar plexus, I do think of divine masculine energy, but you've already learned that in this last cycle. Now you're balancing. For some of you, you became so strong and sturdy in this divine masculine energy that it may have blocked out or shut out the heart, the emotional body. So now what you're doing is integrating the solar plexus with the sacral, balancing head and heart. The frequency, again, communication. For some of you, you may attract abundance from something you communicate, or communication may be central to your career or a project you undertake. The frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowledge of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. You had to walk this journey of self alone to come to this awareness, or to come to certain epiphanies, downloads, ideas of the Knight of Wands. It put you in touch with your true passions, who you are, what you're here to do. Yeah, beautiful. We have Hatha light codes, light immersion, full system upgrade, power recall. In this lifetime, you're also here to reclaim your power. For some of you, there could have been issues or lessons around self-worth, knowing your worth, setting boundaries, owning your power, living in divine alignment. Like there seemed to be a need to reclaim your strength. And I feel like if you were surrounded by other people, you wouldn't have been able to embody this energy so easily. And you also have Lemurian seed codes, embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, living with grace. Yeah, you're embracing, again, the sensitivity, but you're coming to a place of complete self-love. You're coming to a place of completion with self, because you reach, and that's after, for some of you, this healing process you're going through. And when you are complete within yourself, when you found that place of wholeness, it's like that's when you find your counterpart. That's when you find souls and soul tribe that complement that energy. But there's a need to really accept all the beautiful facets of self, even if they seem, what would I say? Even if they seem contrary to what other people like. Perhaps you've had people say certain things that make you doubt your energy or who you are. Like there's a sense of, I keep getting steps as well. Like I keep looking at this. I think this is number 31. I keep seeing, so we have 4, we have 3s repeating, we have 4, we have 5. So this step, this chapter, these cycles have to take place to make room for the new. And you also have here inner earth, base chakra, strength and security, laying foundations. Yeah, and with this energy as well, I'm just getting this sense of, again, you had to build up your own sense of security. You had to build your own foundation. But this sitting above the Page of Coins, some of you are going to start and create a brand new foundation or life for yourself, a brand new career. There's something when you come out of this healing cathartic process that there's a level of alchemy. It like alchemizes, or there's a situation that unfolds in a really beautiful way because of this transformation. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, Group 2. So for those of you drawn to Green Tara, we have salvation here. I feel there's a really strong message with this group that Green Tara is helping you to release someone or something. I almost said something and then I heard someone. So for some of you, this could be a person. But for others of you, there's something that needs to be let go of. And I feel like you have a lot of support from Green Tara and Spirit in general around releasing something. There's something that can't come with you is what I'm hearing. Again, I keep seeing we have the Three of Swords, the Three of Coins. I'm also hearing something has to be let go of for you to receive more. And I feel like it's receive more. It's about the King of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. So for some of you, in order to receive more success, more finances, to more abundance, to act on something, I think some of you are creating something, or you're wanting to create something. There's some sort of project, or there's a new chapter. There's something new that's coming in, and you're also ascending to a higher vibration, because I keep looking at this white moonstone and I keep seeing an acceleration in your, or an activation in your light body. There's something that's upgrading. But in order for this to happen, I keep hearing purity, and I keep looking at like pastels. Like I'm looking at this like pastel green. I just keep seeing very like light surroundings. It's important right now that your environment is conducive to this upgrade. I want to say there's more light that's wanting to flow through you and into your world. However, with the Four of Coins and the Queen of Swords, there's something that has to go. For some of you, there's multiple things that have to go. But I feel there's a little bit of resistance. For some of you, whatever Green Tara is asking you personally to let go of, I don't think this is going to be easy. I think it could be something, whether this is a person, a pattern, it could be like an environment, a workplace, a friendship. I think it's something that you may have been with you for quite some time, or it's like the loss of it may be a little disconcerting. Yeah, with Queen of Swords and Justice, it's like some sort of boundaries or setting some sort of standard to, in order to let go of someone or something. Yeah, with the Six of Swords as well, above the Nine of Swords. For some of you, you're also leaving behind mental patterns and mental conditioning. Could be past pain. For those of you who are like, I've already let go of a lot, then this is the healing process. You still have that tail end where you're emotionally letting go of, a person, situation, old paradigms, old energies. But for some of you, I feel like there's something physically you're leaving behind. Because sitting above the Queen of Swords as well, you have sacrifice. Sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. So Green Tara is asking you to be comfortable sacrificing what no longer serves you so you can bring in what does and what you truly deserve. There's also a message here of asking for help, sitting above this Four of Coins. Rather than holding on, I'm hearing give it to God, give it to Source, but ask for help. Isn't this, I don't know 100% if this is Green Tara as well in this depiction, but it's just funny. The color green is so significant for this group. I keep seeing, my eye keeps being drawn to the color green. And some of you, it's an emotional, like green heart chakra. It's something like letting go of that's very painful on an emotional level. Invite the divine to pursue you. Seriously, just say, I'm finally ready. God, pursue me. It's letting God, Source, Spirit have its way with you. And when I say that, I mean it in the sense of perhaps surrendering your ideology or surrendering your ideas, how things should be, how you thought they would be, and allowing life to help you. It's like, rather than swimming against the tide or trying to swim upstream, I see you just letting go and being carried. Because where you end up is far more beautiful than what you can conceive of right now. Now we have striving. Eventually the individual ego's drive to make things happen falls away, replaced with a relaxed, trusting openness to answer as they arise. Thank you, Divine, for letting me move with the flow. I didn't actually read that card, but that's exactly what I was seeing in my mind's eye. It's like allowing life to carry you, allowing spirit to help you, I'm hearing whatever comes, whatever goes. Allowing what's meant for you to be, and if something leaves, fair enough, like that, the time is over, like it's served its purpose. And I keep seeing we have a lot of orange and green. So again, sacral chakra, heart chakra, divine feminine energy, being in alignment with that flow. There's something new that wants to come in for you, but I keep hearing it can't come in with this energy or situation or person. There's something that's got to change because you have conception, but I feel this conception is relative more to, I'm feeling it more in the realm of like career, project, abundance, but something has to be, it's almost like some sort of sacrifice so this comes in, because letting go of these energies, whether they're physical and internal or just internal, that's what's enabling that ascension energy I'm seeing with that activation in your light body. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. Beautiful. And change. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. Yeah, for this group, you're letting go of a lot, but again, there's a brand new cycle. There's new opportunities. There's more abundance. There's better connections. It's an upgrade, but I feel there's this sense of resistance. So for some of you, you may have to just be gentle with yourself and work with that energy, because these are blessings, but I feel like when you're going through this, it may not feel like a blessing. It may feel challenging. We have emergence. The frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. There's a lot of beautiful things happening for you and coming in for you, but there's a need to trust, because I feel like in your mind, it may not seem like it's what you want, or it may not feel so beautiful when you go through this process. And then you also have solar light upgrade. Solar plexus chakra, inner fire, willpower. You're going to feel like you're lit up in this new cycle. You're going to feel so passionate. But you're doing it in a detached way. Like it's like you're allowing that light, that fire to guide you, to lead your actions, but there's no force. There's not a sense of worrying about the outcome or trying to control how it transpires. And that's the shift. And with that Nine of Swords, it's like you're letting go a lot of mental energy that just doesn't serve you, old beliefs, old ways of doing things. You're also stepping and anchoring in that flow state and becoming more comfortable with the divine feminine energy. You have angelic frequency. Angels are here. You are safe, potent connection. Again, we see that white light. I keep seeing white light around you. Like there's such an activation. There's so much healing. There's such an upgrade and ascension in your energy field. And then you have crystal skull wisdom, clarity, divine healing, high vibrational energy. Part of why certain things and people and vibrations have to be left behind for you and by you is because it's like your consciousness has expanded beyond it, and it's like it's no longer a vibrational match. It can't sustain those old structures. But I feel like there's a part of the mind or ego that's not 100% comfortable letting go. For some of you, it could be because you don't see anything on the other side yet. You're not sure, like, if I let go of this, what will there be? Or, you know, will I be okay? Will I find, you know, new connection or more abundance? Or there's some sort of resistance or fear around these shifts and changes. And I feel like Green Tarot is coming in with a promise of abundance and prosperity in all areas. That as you move with life, as you trust, as you surrender. For this group, it's surrender and it's asking for help and divine guidance and support in the letting go process, in the transition. Because I feel like all aspects of your life are receiving an upgrade. And it's like if you were to hold on too tight to where you're at or what you have right now, it's actually serving as a block to all the beauty that wants to come in. And there's a new frequency, and there's, again, white light. There's an activation of the light body. There's an ascension in your energy field. There's a raising of your consciousness. You're becoming more pure, more angelic. And as you kind of take that journey, certain things just don't resonate with that. And for some of you, I kept hearing at the beginning, like, keep your energy and keep your environment pure. And that will mean something different for everyone. And again, within reason, like, you don't need to control everything and remove anything that's, you know, impure or doesn't feel of the highest vibration, but use your discernment when it comes to who and what you're allowing in your lifestyle, because right now it's a really potent time of alchemy, and Spirit's making me feel, and Green Tarot is coming in saying, like, there's a shedding process. Again, they're showing me a caterpillar and a butterfly. There's a shedding process. It's very cathartic. There's a release, and what that brings to you is going to be so beautiful. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 3. So for this group, the first thing I heard was be compassionate for the parts of yourself that you feel hold you back. Now, and I'm hearing this song too. It's like that dreams, 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 dream, dream, dream. What is it? I love you and all I do is dream, dream, dream. But I feel like it's about, I don't know, for this group, I'm hearing it's something to do with creativity, your dreams, but there could be some blocks, whether that's a creative block, whether that's like fear of success. There's something, because I also heard, I looked at the sun and I heard you're meant for the spotlight. This is meant for the sun, but then we have the hangman. So what I'm getting is, it's like, I feel like Kuan Yin is coming in with a message of self-compassion and not giving up on your dream. That's essentially the message. I feel for some of you, you have some sort of burning passion or vision, dream, desire that is meant for you, that is in alignment, but it may not be manifesting, or there's some sort of barrier or block here. And even, I was only meant to grab 8 cards, but I accidentally grabbed 9. Oh, and look, 6, 7, 8. I didn't even notice that when I laid the cards, but there's a sense of, so we have 6 of Wands success, the 7 of Swords, which for me is a block or self-sabotage, the 8 of Cups. You have to leave behind a certain part of self or walk away from mental constructs, or for some of you, there's self-sabotage. There's some sort of fear or resistance to success. And that's the part of self Kuan Yin is wanting you to work with. Now, it will vary for all of you what this dream is. For some of you, it could be the dream of having a beautiful home life or family. But for more of you, I do feel it's in the realm of like creativity, a business, career. That's what I'm getting more strongly. But everyone will have their individual dream. We have the 6 of Cups sitting above the 6 of Wands. There's something about who you were, or who you were taught to be, something around your childhood, your beliefs, that is incongruent with the 6 of Wands and what you're seeking. Maybe you were told as well to play small. Like there's something around selling yourself short or having ideas about yourself and what you can do and who you are that just aren't compatible with the truth, is what I'm hearing. You're far grander than some of these ideologies. You're capable. Like Kuan Yin and Spirit are coming in saying that you are meant for the spotlight. You are meant to have this success. It is meant for you, but you have to believe it. And for some of you, you may consciously believe it, but there's an aspect of self that doesn't. So we have creative blocks. If you're an artist of any kind, you can offer all work to the divine, making it God's alone. I offer this for the highest good to benefit the planet. Release me from any blocks and restrictions. May this serve all who need. So again, it's like giving it to spirit as well sometimes helps us bypass the fears or insecurities of the mind, of the ego. But there's an aspect of self that Kuan Yin is helping you to heal and release so you can come into victory, so that you can come into success. Again, I'm hearing fear as well when I said that. So for some of you, this is relative to a particular fear or doubt about yourself. And the Two of Wands, you may be kind of deliberating, like, should I keep going? You know, am I on the right path? I also noticed 26, number 8. I think you are going to come into a lot more abundance. But again, it's like once this release happens, you have above the Two of Wands grief. Tears are what happens when the ice in the heart melts. So there may be some emotional shedding as well. But do you know how when we're scared or we're overwhelmed by something, we can cry? I keep feeling fear as I'm tapping into your energy. For some of you, there could be a fear or sadness like this dream will never happen. And that's why they were playing that song, because they're wanting you to remember that dream, to not give up hope. Because you also have freedom, and it's sitting above the Wheel of Fortune, which for me is your new cycle. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. Okay, so with that, it may be resentment, but it's more, do you know when we feel like we're blocked from what we want, that it's like, I can't have it, and it makes it's almost not bitter, but it makes us frustrated. That's the word I'm looking for, where it's like, you know, life hasn't, you know, maybe this dream isn't, you know, when someone gives up on a dream and they feel like jaded and frustrated by life, it's that type of energy. Kuan Yin's coming in saying, the dream you have, what your soul desires, is meant for you, and it is going to see the light of day. It is going to reach victory. But there's a need to work with, release, and heal mental conditioning, most of all, and then any residual emotional pain or patterns that came from the blocks, from the barriers. Because with the sun and passion, again, some of you are meant to be in the spotlight. Some of you may have gifts around, you know, singing, performing, acting, writing. In this group, a lot of you I feel like are creatives, or there's something creative around what you do. Interior design, architect, that type of energy, jewelry designer. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies a hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. This sitting beneath grief and allowing, you know, emotion, for this group, you feel very deeply, and that's what makes your work and your passion for what you do so powerful. But there's this sense of working with those emotions. For some of you, at times, your emotions may work against you because they're showing me like a storm. Like sometimes your emotions pick up and it's like you're wrapped in this storm and it's hard to stay centered, or it's hard to get to the point of the core of the emotion because there's just like a lot going on energetically. You also have your root chakra. You may have felt as well, with this above the Hangman, you may have felt like your passions, your dreams, your desires haven't been supported financially as well, like life hasn't supported you. The frequency of the root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports our sense of security on this physical plane, both in our bodies and in the physical world. So I have 2 cards of passion. Again, this group, you're here to live your passions. You're here to live your dreams, live your truth. And Spirit is reminding you of that. But you may feel like that's not possible for you right now, or you may have felt very frustrated with some of these barriers or these obstacles. And again, Kuan Yin is coming in, wanting you to be gentle with yourself, with life, with the universe, to have a more compassionate view of what is holding you back. Because for some of you, I do feel it's inside of you, but it's something, many of you have inherited this. You have inherited a belief system or a thought about yourself that kept you smaller or left you feeling, it could have been something as simple as you cannot attain abundance from a creative field, or you are not going to be able to live your dreams. It could be something that trivial, but it's still, you know, even though that may seem like not the biggest barrier, if we really believe that, that is a block in our consciousness. With remembrance, you have master number 11 with 3811. The frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we have gone through as a soul and body, providing us with valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. Kuan Yin's coming in as well because she wants you to have a softer approach when it comes to obstacles. When you face a block or a barrier, whether that's inside of yourself, in the physical world, with another, how can you flow with it, accept the wisdom, the message, the purpose behind it, and then alchemize it? It's like they're showing me like a river or water flowing kind of like around a rock rather than like someone trying to move a rock. It's like, it's focusing on how to align your energy rather than resist, to force, to push. Yeah, you're working on an energetic level, not a physical level. Again, that doesn't mean you don't take action. Obviously, for things to manifest, you still need to take guided action. But there's a sense of working with life. Because you also have your Holy Grail. That's what I'm saying. I think you will really come into this place where you receive what you've been asking for. Inner discovery, finding sacredness, you are what you seek. Kuan Yin is saying when you find what you've been seeking inside of you, when you tap into that passion, unlimited abundance, unlimited joy, love, whatever that dream is specifically for you, unlimited creativity, and you clear from your consciousness and do this inner discovery, this work. And that's not to say for many of you, you've already been on a journey of personal growth, but these are like the final tendrils where you're clearing some of these lingering beliefs. That's when it's like overflow. Everything starts to flow in at once. Some of this as well, some of these blocks were teaching you about life, about manifestation, about creation, about who you are. Because we have halls of learning, spirit guides, confirmation, great lessons. And I thought we had lessons here. Yeah, things you've gone through, valuable information. So it's really integrating some of the lessons that you've learned from the past, certain challenges. And it's like it's enabled a certain level of wisdom that is going to deepen you on your spiritual path, but also deepen what you create. Because when we create anything, our energy flows into that project, that business, that book, that painting, whatever it is, the voice, if we're singing. There's a sense that, as you kind of see the beauty and the purpose behind it, is going to enable you to soften. Because some of you may have felt, I don't know if angry at life is the right word, but feeling as though, like feeling a little bit duped. Like, why have I had this passion, this dream, this creative project, but I can't gain traction with it? Or if this is meant for me, God, why hasn't it succeeded? It's like maybe doubt even. We have Gaia Gateway activation, learning experiences, wisdom transmission, earth intelligence, again, wisdom, and again, learning experiences. So Kuan Yin's coming in and saying you've learnt the hard lessons, you've been through the challenges, you've attained a certain wisdom and knowing that can only come through experience. But now's the time where you're releasing some barriers, you're going on that kind of inner quest to find what you seek inside of you so that it can manifest in the physical. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 4. Okay, as I tap into your energy, I'm hearing blessing upon blessing upon blessing. So for this group, I feel like you're coming into a point where it's a point of alchemy, but it's not like you're initiating it. It's a point of alchemy because you've grown so much and done so much work on yourself that everything you could have ever wanted, prayed for, wished for is coming forth. But again, it's like, it's going to feel like, I don't know how to explain it. They're showing me like a tsunami of energy and blessings just coming towards you. It's going to feel like Wow, like you may feel overwhelmed because I'm having trouble even putting it into words. It's almost like energy of being speechless, like what is happening. For some of you, you may have come from a cycle or a period of time where it's very internal. You don't get to this level of consciousness without, you know, a tremendous amount of work. And we have Isis coming in as your goddess with rebirth. So again, you've alchemized your consciousness to such a level and degree that there's just going to be such a huge amount of blessings coming in. This reminds me of, I feel like I'm tapping into a collective in group 4. I think last week, the reading I did, I'm pretty certain there was group 4 as well, where their consciousness, I remember that reading and I was like, wow, like the growth was so profound. And this group 4 kind of ties into last week's group 4, where I feel this sense of having alchemized or just reach such a level of consciousness. It's like everything you could ever want just floods toward you, but you're not seeking it. And I feel like Isis is coming in here with, it's almost like congratulations. Like I'm just hearing like clapping, just like you have done such a tremendous job when it comes to life, self, growth, connecting with spirit. I think you're going to be inundated with abundance and blessings to the point you may not even know what to do with it. Like there's just a sense, and I just look down. Also repeating numbers may be a big thing as well, because we have 24/6, we have 7 with the Chariot. I just looked down and saw 8 with Alchemy. We have 9 with the Hermit, and then we have 10 and the World. Like 100% completed a cycle. I feel like for this group, you're at completion. You're solely complete within self. Now you also had empowerment. When you ask the divine to take over, you get pulled into your own authentic power. It's a force of inner love that wants your wholeness and magnificence. Unfold my true and radiant self, dear Lord. Some of you are emerging as you literally are living as your higher self. You're emerging in this energy of completion of source consciousness. And when we walk and move through the world in this energy and in this consciousness, everything's attracted to you. Like you may notice like people really drawn to you. You may, I'm seeing like magnets. You just magnetize things. But again, it's almost, for some of you, you decided to surrender your entire life and yourself and your goals and desires to spirit. But it's like when you realize you have everything inside of you, that's when everything comes toward you. It's almost like when you want for nothing, everything wants you. It's that type of energy. This is like a level of complete mastery, self-mastery, physical mastery, spiritual mastery. Like, yeah, it's just such a high frequency for this group. It's difficult to put into words because for many of you, you're beyond words now. You're beyond language. Wow. So the World and the Empress. Your life and yourself is becoming a living prayer. It's like everything you touch, everything you move toward, everything that comes near or enters your energy field just blooms, just blossoms. It's like, but it's not through conscious will or effort. It's just kind of effortless. Well, I shouldn't say effortless. It's taken work and growth to get to this consciousness. But for this group, it's like there's a lot of power as well, but it's power from source. It's love. Your power is coming from heart. It's coming from love. It's not coming from an egotistical, place or perspective. Yeah, it's like everything being drawn to you. You've got the 10 of Pentacles, so many opportunities, travel, abundance, movement. You may be called to travel to share yourself, your beautiful energy, whether that's through writing, speaking, healing, workshops. Like you're bringing your consciousness to the world. You may just share it online where people from all over the world want to listen and are drawn to you. But there's just magic, miracle. It's like I just heard miracle after miracle after miracle, tripping on miracles because there's such a potent energy here. You also there's going to be a lot of connections coming in. I think for some of you, you are this more solitary figure, or you have been. You've had a lot of phases of kind of hermit energy, but I feel like the amount of love or people wanting to come towards you may almost surprise you, or take you back a little bit, because you may not be ready to ready, or you may not have expected this level of like flow. Because I keep trying to talk and I find it really hard to put in words what I'm trying to say to you. And again, for some of you, I feel like it doesn't even matter anymore what does or doesn't manifest, because it's like you've transcended. You're definitely, for many of you, you can live, or you are in the process of integrating and living as your higher self, as source. Intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion, and it's sitting above the world. For some of you, you reach this place because you realize the futility of chasing your ego's goals and desires. You reached a point where either you received what you wanted and it wasn't fulfilling, or you didn't receive what you wanted and you realized it was disturbing your peace. So you decided to go within and ask Spirit, go to God. And we have the Empress, clearing. As true offering arises, it becomes easy to let go. You start to trust that more will always arrive. You shift from mine to God's, such freedom. That's what I mean. For some of you, you've completely surrendered to Source. And that's what's bringing in these blessings. It's like you've surrendered, you've given your money to Source, you've given, you know, your whole being. And in truth, your whole being does belong to Source, because there is only Source. But it's like the more you let go, it's like more just see everything coming towards you. You have alchemy, of course. The frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transmutation. And again, alchemy and those ancient alchemists understood that transforming lead to gold was transforming the human, the animal, the physical self into the divine. And for many of you, you are master alchemists, and you have alchemized yourself and your consciousness here. And we have 8 twice. You're going to have so much abundance come towards you, you're not going to know what to do with it. For some of you, you may have reached a point as well where you're quite simple in your desires, where you don't really have this group. There's no way you're at this consciousness and you're, you know, really concerned with materialism, or not that you should ever judge. Not that it's bad if you are very preoccupied with material, because at the end of the day, everyone is trying to get God or Source or love in whatever way fits their paradigm. And for some people, that's through the physical world, the materials. And for others, it's by becoming Source, which is for this group. So I don't think, although you may have tremendous abundance coming towards you, and again, especially I'm hearing over the next, like it starts this year, 2023, but I think you're going to have very abundant years. Like I'm hearing 2 to 3 years. Like it's like everything just comes towards you, or everything falls into alignment because you're perfectly in alignment with Source. But I feel for some of you, you may kind of be like, oh yeah, cool. Like I just feel like the physical, the things that may be important to others or may have been important to you at one point on this journey, they no longer matter. It's like you attained the gold. The gold was your soul, was Source. That Source consciousness was your abundance. You are going to attract a lot of material abundance as well, but it may just not hold the meaning for you that it once did. Cosmic flower, again, blossoming. Everything you touch blooms. Everything and everyone you go near blooms. Your energy is so potent and so powerful. So we have the frequency of cosmic flower activates the remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. It's like, for many of you, you've found home. It's like a homecoming. You're back at home with Source, with the divine, which is your true home. For those of you, and this is the type of energy, like say, you know, someone really wants a love connection, because we do have the 4 of Wands and the 10 of Cups. So there does seem to be for some of you divine union, but I feel for some of you, you may reach a point where you don't even care whether there's love or not, like because you are the source of love, you're aware of that. But there are going to be a lot of connections coming in, and very beautiful connections, high vibrational, soulmate. So we have Akashic Records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, freedom. For some of you, you've completely cleared your karma. It's like they're showing me a blank slate. You've completely transcended your karma because of the work, the healing, and the growth you've done. And that's what as well, that's why things are going to start flowing as well a lot more readily and easily, because number one, there's no karmic patterns, blocks, lessons anymore. You learnt the lessons. Yeah, higher heart activation. Yeah, you're coming from a frequency of love that is well beyond what where the collective consciousness is what I want to say. Most people don't reach this level of ascension. And again, I think it's because for this group, you're ancient souls. You're very, very old souls. For some of you, this is your final lifetime. For others of you, you may choose to come back as a teacher or a guide or a guru. Okay, so we have dropping shields, divine love, your heart is healed. Yeah, I feel like for this group, you've completed your healing. There's always new levels of ascension and growth we can attain, but it's not, moving forward, you won't be healing in like a really, I don't know how to explain it. This reading in this group is so high vibe, it's hard to put into words because it's beyond language. It's like you will be healing and activating and going to higher levels, but it's like effortless. It's just like spirit showing me your consciousness just keep expanding. And it's like as that light and that love around you gets bigger and bigger and wider, it just has you have such a magnetic, powerful energy field that people can't help but be affected by your presence, by your energy, by your vibration. And I feel like you've had to drop into potentially a lot of pain or a lot of, work through a lot of karma, even karmic connections for some of you. Yeah, memories of Atlantis. So for this group, you were definitely ancient souls. You have past incarnations in Atlantis. We have spiritual acceleration, progress, technology. This is what I was trying to say. It's like the rate at which you transform, transmute, call things in, things are drawn. You're not even calling things in, to be honest. Your energy field is like, it's not a conscious process, because I feel for this group, you're content just being. You don't need physical proof of your connection with source. You are source. You don't need abundance. You are abundance. You don't need love. You are the source of love. Because you've attained that level of consciousness, it's just like, it's so powerful, so beautiful. There's going to be so many blessings coming towards you. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day.